Hello folks, I am Adam Oliveris, a full stack developer with Talent Path, and today I'd like to share a little bit about the current project I'm working on. It is an Airbnb clone that I'm creating with a team of 7 other developers. It is a 3-week project, and the stack is Angular, so JavaScript on the front end with Angular as the framework. And then on the back end, we are using Java and Spring Boot. Angular and Spring Boot are both technologies that I haven't had the honor to work with as of yet, but I am doing that now and super stoked about it. I've always wanted to climb into them. They're extremely popular in the dev world, so happy to jump in and just get my hands dirty right away. What I've got pulled up for you right here is the Quarantine. That's the name of the developers team, as you know. Or if you don't know, that's the name of our team. We do have these two repositories here, the server EarthBnB and the client EarthBnB. I've been doing most of my work in the client EarthBnB as of yet. I have been watching tutorials for Angular on Pluralsight. Luckily, we have all of the licenses through the team in order to watch those. We do have, pardon me, have a project board for EarthBnB. We are using GitHub for version control as well as project boarding. We've got a number of items that are already completed here, and we actually have the components split up into different page pieces that all of us are responsible for. So you will see here, you may not be familiar with my face in black and white, but this is my component here. So I'm responsible for the title and house data. It actually ends up being quite a bit of the page, but each of the components aren't too difficult to make. It's basically just pulling some information from table in the back end and aggregating those to certain sections of the page. So I'm responsible for the title at the top of the page as well as the sleeping arrangements, amenities, and accessibility. So if I pull up the Airbnb page that we are mimicking, we'll see here that it is the title and the house information, the share and the save button, and then also this information here. The cabin info, inserting one of the host images, and I continue down the page. This is all of my information here. There's a little read more. The sleeping arrangements has a couple of different cards that detail the information that is available for this particular listing, as well as the amenities section, which has a brief little description and icon, and then a modal that pops up, giving the entire list of the amenities available. So, like I said, there's a good portion of the page that I'm responsible for, but nothing too difficult, nothing too crazy. If I go ahead and pull up my local machine, what I've got here, you see that I've already started and the team has already started on a number of the different components. Again, this is front-end specific. So I've got already got the title going with kind of the same look and feel as the title from the Airbnb. And then I have demo data that I've put inside of all of my different components. So you can see the basic outline of all of those components already. If we kick on over to Visual Studio Code, which is my IDE of choice, you can see here that I have my listing info folder, which is where I keep all of the folders and files related to the components that I need for my particular page. So right now I've got the title info set up. Here's the TypeScript file that is connected directly to the title info. So that was this particular section of the page here. So you'll see that I have got a few different variables that are mapped out using the TypeScript typing of string. And I am just feeding those into the page with interpolation, which are the double brackets that you see here. There's a little bit of basic CSS that I've got going on, a few more tweaks in order to get it looking exactly like the Airbnb, but looking pretty good so far. And so that is essentially what I've done for all of the different components that I need. There are 6 components altogether that are necessary. So I have basically done the same thing for each of those files. I've got the TypeScript for the .component. I've got the basic HTML file going with all of the different divs and the seeded information that I need. And then I've got some basic CSS for all of them. So that's where I'm at this point. I have also cloned down the repo for the server side, and this week and next week I will be following the Java Spring Boot tutorials on Pluralsight in order to get that site up and running. Again, these are new technologies to me, but it's been a lot of fun so far. I'm looking forward to continuing on and getting some more help and support from the rest of the dev team. That's just a little bit about the project that I'm working on currently. And I am looking forward to showing you folks some more as we move along here. Thank you very much for watching, and I will talk with you again soon.